In this video, I'm gonna share with you all the 6 factors that make up a perfect handstand kick-up. Make sure to watch the entire video because even if one factor out of 6 is missing, it will be harder for you to master the kick-up. Now, let's start. The first thing that makes up a perfect kick-up is starting with your hands on the floor. The common mistake I see a lot of beginners make is they kick up from a standing position, sort of like a gymnastic kick-up, which is not correct because you're creating unnecessary momentum, and when doing handstands you want to reduce the amount of momentum as much as you can in order to have more control over the movement. Remember, more momentum equals less control. The second aspect is your hands should be at the same level with your shoulders, neither leaning too much forward nor too much backward. Number 3, and that is before kicking up, your eyes should be looking right in between your hands and you should focus on one spot. The reason behind it is simple. When your eyes are focused on one spot, you gain more control over the movement, which helps you have a better overall technique. Moving on to number 4, and that is your shoulders should be elevated and you should try to keep your chest closed. Shoulder elevation is self-explanatory, but when it comes to a closed chest, imagine that when trying the skill, someone is pushing your chest and your back gets rounded. This is how it's supposed to look like. Now that I've covered the first 4 factors, the next 2 factors are gonna be the most important ones because they aren't as simple as the first 4 factors. The 5th factor that makes the kick up perfect is your main leg should be close to your chest and you should kick up with your main leg. The common mistake I see a lot of beginners making, and I was guilty of that too, is putting your leg too far away from your chest and kicking up that way. There are a couple of things wrong with this technique. One thing is that when your leg is far from your chest, your arms are no longer in the same line with your shoulders, and when that happens, your chest is gonna open and your handstand will start to look like a banana, and you don't want that to happen. The other thing is that when kicking up, you should aim to have as little momentum as possible in order to have more control over the movement, and having your legs far away from your chest only generates more momentum, so keep your main leg close to your chest. Now the last thing you need to have in your kick up in order to make it clean is pretty simple. When kicking up, try to split your legs, making it look like a scissor. This is how I and many other people have learned the handstand, and the reason why it's effective is when you split your legs, it brings down the center of mass and gives you more control over the skill. When you catch the handstand, instead of bringing one leg toward the other, make sure to bring both legs toward each other in order to maintain the balance. So now that I've covered all the 6 aspects that make up the perfect handstand kick-up, let me share with you some tips I wish I knew when I was learning it. Before kicking up, you should keep in mind all these 6 aspects and try to implement them, but it can be very challenging to remember all 6 at once. To handle that, I would recommend taking care of the aspects that are simple and don't take too much time to do. So for example, out of the 6 aspects that make the perfect kick-up, these 4 are very easy to implement. Aspects like placing your hands on the floor or looking right in between your hands aren't gonna take too much time. So do them. This is the foundation of your kick-up. After you've done them, now you can focus on the last 2 factors that take more time to get them right. Now the last thing you need to know is that handstand is a very technical skill and it takes a lot of attempts and time to get it. So keep in mind these 6 aspects, practice it a lot, and be patient with the process. You will unlock it soon if you are dedicated. If you found this video useful, like it so that it gets promoted, subscribe if you want to, and until next time. Bam, bam, bam. Neyse.